Lesson 29, Plants, Part 1. Do you like plants or do you like having plants? Yes, absolutely. I have a special liking for growing plants. In my hometown, my grandparents have enormous garden, a lot of plants like vegetable, several fruit, or some rose flower. I often have my grandparents water their tree, so it's make me feel happy and let my head down. What were your favorite plant when you were a kid? In my hometown, my grandparents have a big garden, planting a lot of food, fruit, vegetable, flower like mango, pineapple, rabbit, rab, rabbit, rose or something. It's truly intriguing and exhilarating. Honestly, all of the plants in my grandparents' garden is right up my alleys because I spent most of time to help my grandfather to water them. So it's have like important verses and pauses in my heart. So it's also attained to standing memory with him, as well as my childhood. So think about them. I just when I think about them, I just want to come back my house. What plant did you grow when you were young? Honestly, I haven't grown any kinds of plant or flower. However, when I was a kid, I often have my grandfather to water the plant, and you know my family have an enormous garden in front of my house, so it's always it's full of my stunning and memory with my grandparents and my childhood. So when I think about them, I just want to come back to my house. Do you know much about plants, or are you good at growing plants? I am not in botanics, so I don't have any green fingers, and I don't know exactly plants. Like I don't know how to take care of them. However, my grandparent is like a good at is a good at growing plants. He had a big garden in front of my house, and when I were a kid, I often have him to uh, water plants, and uh, uh, back in I'm were 10, and back in I'm were 10 when I was kids. I try hard to grow a rose, you know however, it's just like a homework as my subject. So finally, it's died after 2 weeks. I don't, I don't inherited his quality from my the qualities from my grandparents. It's quite bad. Would you ever give a plant as a gift? I have never give a plant as a gift. However, I have a thing for it, and now I have a thing for it. So I think it's quite interesting. So I won't take it. I won't take it in the future. This is a great idea, and I strongly believe that each plant have own meaning. So I will give them for the members of my family or friends on special occasion instead of birthday weeks. So I think it's quite appropriate for a woman days or annual uh, anniversaries, and it's often depends on the meaning of each flower or each plant. What plants are important to the economic in your countries? This is not an exaggeration to say that plants play indispensable parts in our daily basics in my countries. is first it is like a main food in every meal in my countries. For example, rice. My Vietnam is one of the largest rice exporters in the world, and the economy in my country is depend on much about plants. So when the tourists have a tour to pay a visit, when the visitor have a tour to pay a visit in my country, they can see many a lot of plants right in every nook and cranny or rural area in Vietnam, and it is common for people to have garden in your countries. Yes, definitely. For me, I was born in Halong City, Quang Ninh, and it's like it's have and we have a big garden growing plants in front of my house. So apart from rural areas, uh, in their big city, like my family, we also have grow some kind of trees or plants, uh, and we often use them for food or make their city greener and cleaner. However, when I come to Hanoi, I have a chance to come to Hanoi to study in this. So I think that it's have tons of apartment building and skyscraper, and I think that's through this. I think it's quite hard. It's quite hard to design design a garden in there. How can people encourage to grow their own food? I think that's I strongly believe that is the radical measure to embody more homegrown vegetable. I think that's first is raise people's awareness of their marriage is totally safe and green, and I think that is good for our health. For example, when people have a profile patient for cabbage, it's just like a kind of uh, vegetable. People can grow their own vegetable, uh, and then the parent can teach their children how to grow plants, and I think that and therefore it helps to strengthen bonds with family member, and because they will treat be in charge, or each member of this family be in charge or take care of trees plant together. And I think that government should allocate more financial resources to donate free seeds, uh, seeds, seeds to household. And I think that therefore it can encourage them have a homegrown vegetable. Why do people grow plant? I think that is have two reason why people have special liking for growing plant. First, it is a part time for some people, especially the older. For example, my grandparent have own garden, so he said that growing tree and take care of them have uh, his him feel happy and chill out and at ease. So they had so look after them and wait for their in bloom, and their fruit is totally worth it. The other, however, the other, like they want to uh, provide fresh air. So I think that they want to make the country, the city, become more fresher and greener. So I think that is always the excellent way to protect natural environment.